Welcome to Extreme Bronco Live. Sometimes you got to hit the unmute button for everybody to see you. Hello, welcome everyone. We're glad to be back in our home studio last week. We tried doing this Coleman battery powered lantern thing last week. You remember that? It was kind of going on here. So, hey, tonight, quick announcement for those over on Life is for the Living on Facebook. Hello, this is a new stream for you. Just wanted to say hello and to the 5,500 friends over there, whoever's watching tonight, whether it's live or on replay. Hello, hello. And hey, everyone, whoever watches us each and every week, we're glad you're here. Last week, we did have the issue. I thought I could do a live stream from the Outer Banks, and unfortunately, it didn't work. What happened?
He said TikTok.
Oh, TikTok, I hear you. Hey, so seriously, we had a great time last weekend. We're going to get into that tonight a little bit. What else were you going to talk about, Gavin? What you think? What you got on your mind?
Maybe the Everglades, Supercell East, all that stuff.
Yep, and the top follow-up. Well, we're not going to All right, we're back. We just had some weird thing where the internet went out. Isn't that amazing? So I don't know if you could see on your end, StreamYard just gave us a nice little oops, something went wrong and the internet is out. Let's get this thing going again. Yeah, Bronco 78, it must have chip issues for sure. I'm going to need to get my composure after all that, Gavin. Yeah. I mean, that's just crazy. So hope everyone's having a good night. Like I said, this live stream stuff is not for the faint at heart. Actually, that's the first thing that happened. Hey, woohoo, yeah, we are back. So Supercell, let's get into that. And then we're going to get into last week in our off-roading adventures with Johnny and Marie. And Winston, by the way, Winston's a cool dude there. All right, so Supercell East, we're, 20-some days away? What did you count earlier, I think?
I didn't count.
You didn't count? We're just 20-some days away. I guess it's April 20th. And I don't know who all's planning on going. I think we decided we were trying to stay right around in Townsend originally, but now we're going to be a little bit further away because we are going to do some other stuff while we're there as well. And yeah, it's going to be fun. So we have both Broncos going. So we have 2 spots, right? And we're going to have 1 tent area there, I think, Gavin, right? Or are we going to do 1 tent or 2? We're going to do 1. Yeah. So we're going to have 1 little tent there and look forward to meeting everyone. Whoever shows up there, it's going to be great. And we won't have internet to worry about, so we'll be able to connect. Let's see. Rode through there last week. Bronco 78. Good deal. Yeah, I watched. There was a travel video. I was looking at cabins there. I was doing that. And somehow I got into the YouTube funnel. And there was someone that just recently, within the last 30 days, did a travel video where they drove through. And, right down the road, you remember the painted wall that says Townsend on it? The concrete kind of retaining wall. That's where I picked up the video. And they started driving there and went right by the visitor center. So that is absolutely pretty cool. But yeah, it's definitely going to be fun. So, but I think we're looking at doing other things as well. So we will get there on Wednesday. It'll just be a little bit after midday, maybe early afternoonish type thing. And then we'll be there until Saturday. So that'll be fun. It'll be, I think it'll be something pretty awesome. But yeah, in tomorrow's video, we are going to drop about the MIC top. It's going to be cool. I think everyone will be, some people will be surprised. So we're going to do that sometime around 7:00. And, but last week we got to do something. Now I know I catch it in some of the comments when we do a video on this, Gavin, about, wheeling. Say, well, you're just on a beach. It's not a big deal. But if you've ever been to Corolla, on the Outer Banks of North Carolina, you'll know that there's a neighborhood, that pretty much the entire length of the beach, between the end of Route 12, where the blacktop ends and the pavement ends, so to speak, and then the beach picks up all the way to Virginia. There's little areas there with a lot of houses. It's like literally, I say a neighborhood. It's streets out of sand. There's no road, curb, and gutter, and there's well water and septic and that type stuff. But there's power back in there. But it's really a cool place, and that sand is really loose. And it gets churned up pretty well. So because the water's not hitting it, it doesn't tighten up and it gets loose. Well, there's a video. I'm going to try to play it here. It was all set up until the internet dumped on my end. So hopefully we can get it set back up. But there's a video there where we were able to go up our first hill. It's a little dune. And, down there, you can't just ride on you can't ride on the dunes. It's only on the roads. So when you go from the neighborhood to the beach, you have to go over that designated driving area. And you'll see that's where we went. It was pretty cool. The one thing, momentum is key in off-roading, something I learned in Bronco off-rodeo in Texas. And so if we can get the video to play, if not, you can go to our channel and watch it. It's the one we just uploaded with how's the Bronco handle the sand in the Outer Banks. And it was interesting because when you go, there was a couple of different takeaways. When you switched the goat mode in the sand, the regular programming locks in the rear diff, and you put you in 4 high. Now, when you turn back to normal mode, you have to manually disengage 4 high back to 2 high, and you have to hit the hero switch and unlock the rear locker. So where it goes in normal, you have to manually take it out. I don't know why it's designed that way, other than, maybe it's when you're switching other goat modes, you still have some of the configurations. But I figured when you went to normal, it would go back the way it was. That was interesting. We did use, forget the official name for it, but we'll call it the telemetry inside the air pressure on the instrument panel, the cluster. And it was interesting, when you air up, they're pretty accurate, really quick. So in other words, it reads the pressure relatively quick. So, hey, Christopher, I received an email from Ford a couple weeks ago, invite me to Petersburg, Virginia for the, yeah, interesting on that. So we were trying to set up originally an event there, a fundraising thing for some Broncos later this year. And when I was talking to the people, I said, it'd be cool to have the first Broncos out there on the track. And he said, well, someone's beat you to it. And this is before the event opened, but he wouldn't tell me who. So he was a good steward of the secret there. And I later found out, yeah, there's a small event there. And in the back off of the road course, there's some type of, dirt course. When I say the road course, the asphalt regular racetrack, but then there's a dirt course that they've recently made over there. So it's pretty cool. All Terrain Nation, what is up? What is up? Glad you made your trip and back. Can't wait to see all your content there. But yeah, and Christopher, I want to know, did you let's see, did you go? So they invited you, but are you taking them up on it or what? So I actually want to talk to someone that went to it to see how in detail it was. But The PR director of the track would not elaborate. He just said somebody beat you to it. So pretty cool. Would you want to go up to Petersburg?
Yeah.
Of course, I don't think we can go, but we, supposedly, I did read somewhere it said if you'd been to an off rodeo, then you couldn't go to another one right now. But I thought it would go with each order. So because we have the 2, I think we can squeeze another trip in there. So we're going to try that, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. We taking the Bronco out onto the beach is one thing. When you leave, if you've ever been down to Corolla, when you leave Route 12, the asphalt there, it's real loose there. We pulled a gentleman out there in a Ford Excursion there, a real nice guy, and we hooked right up and pulled him right out, no effort whatsoever. But that little stretch right there has claimed a lot of vehicles getting stuck. But once you get down on the sand, it's kind of tight, and it's a nice drive. You can go out there with almost anything. When you go back into the neighborhoods, you have to probably. I don't think all of the entrances back in there are equal, because I know that we went over a few that's kind of just these small apexes, but the one we went up with Johnny and Marie last week was pretty steep. I didn't look at the pitch roll gauge. As a matter of fact, I did an Ace Ventura, when I kept the momentum and I was going up the hill and I couldn't see over the front. So instead of hitting the camera, and I was going, at 6 miles an hour or whatever I was going, so it was low enough that the camera would engage at that point. It was so quick. I didn't want to lose momentum, and they were behind me, so I wanted to keep going. So I just happened to look out of the window. It was kind of funny, but as I do more wheeling, as I get more comfortable in my subconscious, picks up all these switches, that's something that we will definitely hit the camera. Because, if you in sand mode, the camera drops out at, 10 miles per hour or something like that. It's not like Baja mode or some of the other modes where you can get some speed and keep the camera there.
Now
So
everyone is changing their background color. All train changes from white to orange, and then Tim from Overlanding for Fun changed his from white to green.
Does that mean we have to change ours?
Change us to blue.
Come on. All right, so you want to answer that for Tim?
Yep, I will do it as soon as YouTube loads.
As soon as you. Well, you can answer them right here. You see the question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So Winston is cool. It's a matter of fact, Johnny, Marie, and Winston, they're all really, really great people. We had a blast. I mean, it was fun. And, it's one of those funny things where you feel like you've known someone forever. There wasn't that, trying to get, break the conversation or break the ice, so to speak. It's like we saw each other. I was like, hey, what's up? And we just started talking about stuff. And they were really nice, had fun. And they definitely love wheeling. I can tell you that. And his Bronco is it's in great condition. He does use it. He keeps it taken care of, changed the tires. And actually, incidentally, that Velocity Blue and Eruption Green looks great together. Mm-hmm. I've seen some Broncos. Did you see the video out? I think it was in Moab. Somebody can correct me on this, where the Bronco slid back and flipped over on the side. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the kind of stuff that I don't necessarily want to do, but hey, whatever it takes, right? But who did it first, Gavin? What was that?
The color change in the back.
Oh, I hear you. Sorry, I'm a little late to the conversation. I'm over here worried about his StreamYard going to dump us real quick. But anyway, yeah. So it might have been the Joneses there, Bronco 78. I don't really know. I think Dave did it. So he has orange. Tim has green. That would leave us with like
blue. Should do blue.
Blue? No.
Yeah, we should do blue.
No, I think we're leaving ours alone. I have enough going on. I don't need to start changing logos. But they look good, guys, by the way. Hey, you want to see if we can screen share this? Now, if I break StreamYard, I promise I'll be back. Let's see. I received your Broncos built email Thursday. Well, Christopher, awesome. That is absolutely awesome. There was I saw on, let's see, Andrea, who's on here quite a bit, received the Bronco. Let's see, what was it? Friday, I think it was, Thursday or Friday. Beautiful. Like, it's Area 51 MIC, great looking vehicle. So can't wait to meet them. And if you, we just opened up this Facebook group to everyone, Virginia Broncos. If you want to join, look up Virginia Broncos on Facebook and, send a request, and we're just going to open it up. We want to grow the group as big as possible and trying to keep it in Virginia originally. But you know what? That's no fun. Let's invite everyone. If you have a Bronco, it's cool. Come on and join us. And like I said, if you're watching over on Life is for the Living on Facebook, whether it's live or on replay, hello. Thank you for giving us this time there, and look forward to you seeing some of the cool stuff that Gavin and I do. So why don't you talk for a second? Tell us what's going on with you before we try to play this video and break the StreamYard again.
Nothing much, just Broncos stuff.
So what did we do today? So we went over to the airport. Mm-hmm. Gavin and I, we like watching planes take off. I know it's kind of like, but when it's cold and there's nothing going on, we just love it. And he always hits me up for Starbucks, right? So tell him what I did to you today with the hot chocolate.
Got me a medium.
But somewhat. So he wanted a medium. I wanted him to have a small. So I got him a medium, and it cost myself a little bit of money. I told her to give him a little bit of room at the top because, hey, sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, keeps you wound up, doesn't it? What are you playing with over there? So Gavin's got these Broncos he's looking at there. Is that on Ford's site?
No, I'm changing my profile picture.
Oh, you got it. So the Broncos handle really well, in the sand, like I said, the tight sand, it's a non-issue whatsoever. But when you get into loose stuff, you really start to feel how it works. And the torque in the engine is something that you could really feel. If you watch this video, when I go up the hill, you can hear a little bit of throttle. I had to give it at the top. Gavin said we bottomed out on the apex. I don't know if we did, or it was a hop.
Well, I heard something go on the bash plates.
Okay. So I think we were maybe the skid plate underneath the fuel cell. That would have been the point where we rubbed it. But yeah, it was fun, and there was a little bit of a hop, and that was it. Just like right up, that I call it pretty steep. I wish I would have looked at the pitch roll gauge or instrument, but I would have next time I'll have that on the display screen, and I'll have the front camera engaged. But we kind of rode up on it pretty quick, so I don't really know.
Broncos 78, to answer your question, it was fun. And meeting Johnny was awesome.
Yep.
And Winston, he's cool.
Yeah. Winston, he's the cool dog. Like I said, he's just like a little person there. And so we, like I said, we had a great time. Johnny was helping, or were you helping Johnny, or was Johnny helping you understand the air thing there?
I was helping Johnny, and he
because he's using our air gauge, and so he had this great idea that to use the instrument panel or I say instrument panel, man, I'm old school, the cluster. And what's the initials for that? The T something another. It's the pressure for the tire pressure. So I think it's tire TT something. When you're airing up, it takes a lot of time out. As long as you have someone in the Bronco, you can air up pretty quick.
Didn't we do that?
Well, after Johnny suggested it, we did, because I was doing it with the Smitty built air fill gauge. So who do we have over there? Anyone over on that side? Sorry, guys. We went through a software upgrade, my friends over at Apple. And I am having to reconfigure all of the stuff that I get used to just working on the computer. It just works. It's set up. Now I've been changing passwords and loading passwords again. It's been kind of crazy. What happened to your screen there?
I don't know.
You don't know. Hey, let's see real quick. Bear with me real quick. If something happens, I promise we'll be right back. I want to see if we can play this video. And let's go ahead and do this. Do we have that other video we can play? Actually, we need like a 5-minute video we can put in there.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Go to banners, maybe? Or no, yeah, share.
Oh, yeah, we're going to try to share this here. So, easiest with 2 monitors. Yes, of course it is.
Most definitely easiest with 2 monitors. Oh, gosh, we have the whole.
Yep, got it over there. There you go. Boom. So let's see if we can play this here. See if you see it on your end. You don't. It's not playing over there, is it? Nope. It's not playing. It's not playing. It's not playing. No, you have seen it by now. Oh well.
Oh no. Oh,
there it goes. We got a little bit of delay happening here.
There's just a high delay. 10-second delay on my part. Oh, yep. I fixed it, and yep, it's playing.
Oh, we have a commercial going here, everyone. Don't you love that? Monetize on our own channel there. All right, so here we are. We're headed down the beach, and let's see. After we click out of that, and there's a little bit of delay on Gavin's computer. We're going to pass a little Jeep cruising on down the road here.
It's not only on mine; it's just a stream.
Yeah, and
there's a way to get very low delay. It's just I don't know how.
Yeah, and then you can see that is the horse, the tour kind of a Hummer thing going on there. But we're not going to watch the whole video. Here is what we wanted to see here. Who's that playing in the sand?
Me.
I mean, come on, dude.
Oh, it's been a little fortress.
So let's go back.
Do any sound?
I don't know if we can hear it on.
Oh yeah, go this way, Duane. Go right.
Yeah, nope. All right, so here we go. So if you're watching this right now, if you can see it on your end, and I guess we'll find it on replay, and next week I'll refine it a little bit. But we're headed back in one of the neighborhoods here, and this is the houses are spread out just like a lot of beach town, except it's all sand, no road, curb, and gutter, and all that good stuff. And right here you'll see the hill. Now, it doesn't look terribly steep when you glance at it, but you'll see nothing but sky there, and see the angle on that. I don't really know what the pitch was on it, but you can see the real loose sand right here if you're watching this video, and there may be a delay if there's not, I'm sure the audio. Yeah, there we go. And but right here you can see how loose the sand is, and and you'll watch the screen, you'll see one little hop at the very end right there, and that was it. So I mean, it was actually pretty cool. We enjoyed it. Like I said, that was our first, there's the Chips Please thumbnail for the other one. It was the first time I'd taken my Bronco in sand that, loose going up a hill. So driving on the beach was one thing, but there's something about it. It's just fun to start to learn the little quirks. And, I was talking to someone not long ago and I asked them about sand, and they said, well, if you rock crawl all the time, sand's, new to you, like a nuance, right? If you're in the mud all the time, it's different. And if you're used to sand, then rock crawling is completely different. And that's the thing. It's what do you do with your Bronco? And I think with us, it'll be mostly sand and some trails and small rock, trails or events up in Shenandoah. So it's nothing like Moab or anything like that. And I'm going to try to avoid the mud. What happened yesterday at the soccer field?
Oh, yeah. So we're at my sister's.
Oh, Tim asked, does Johnny measure oil pressure? And good question. I don't know that. I didn't ask. We were using PSI for the tires, though. Are you going to answer that?
High blood pressure.
Uh-oh. So Gavin's computer is going here. Man, what's up with the gremlins tonight? What are you doing? Don't you love live streams, by the way?
Why did I type wrong? Temperature pressure.
Yeah. So no, we had a good time though. But getting back to the wheeling thing, the sand, it's cool. That's what we'll do most of, and some of the trails, a little rock stuff. And but I'm watching some of these videos out in Moab, and I don't know if I really want to do that. I don't know if I like at a Bronco off rodeo event would be great because it's someone else's Bronco, get the insurance. But I don't know about ours. Do you want to take it out there and do that, or like what's your? What's your thought on that?
It's fun.
I was going to ask you something earlier. Yeah, that's a cool hat you got there. Nice of whoever bought it for you.
This man right here.
That's right. So I was asking you something. What did I just ask you before you? I was going to ask you if you wanted to answer it. Oh well, sorry. Kind kind of lose track there. But the off-roading in the Bronco, you start to learn the nuances about how it will take the sand and stuff like that. So you just don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to knowingly get yourself and get stuck. And it would be, the Bronco's new and all that. It would be quite embarrassing that if in a very simple place you got yourself stuck, I guess. Even though any vehicle, and probably if you do wheeling enough, every vehicle at some point will get stuck. But we had no issues. Either one of us, we didn't have an issue. We rode around, we had fun. And, when you're not from that area, you don't know which road to stay off of, which ones loose. All of the area after a big heavy rain is decent to drive. But when you haven't had rain for a few days and people are churning it up, then it's really loose. So it was fun. Had a blast. Can't wait to go back. We will spend quite a few weekends there this summer. And we're trying to plan a trip to Florida for both Broncos. We'll see if it actually happens, but we're considering trying that, getting that summer trip, a couple weeks down in Florida out of the way. And instead of flying, wouldn't it be cool to drive the Broncos? And so we'll see if that happens. I think it'd be fun and find some beaches down there to drive around and do all that kind of cool stuff. So, hey, Adam, great to see Johnny. Yep. Cool. Hey, Adam, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it was fun. We didn't plan anything on who's going to film what and do. We just kind of shot our own footage and, whatever your normal, thing is, that's what we did. It was fun though, but just really hope they come back, and soon. Totally nice people. Let's see. PSC. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's a new one for me, Adam. I don't know. But like I said, just had a blast. Wheeling the two Broncos is the first time I've been out with another Bronco off-road. It was really the second time we've had one of our Broncos off-road. And, eventually we'll have both of them there. So, you start to learn, you get a feel for any vehicle. And so if you've been wheeling for years, it's nothing to you. But for someone like me, I would take one, I guess. I don't know if I can't do it, but if I could go around Charlotte Motor Speedway at 140 in one, I would try it because that's what I'm used to, but not off-roading. So it's, it's new. And so anyway, we'll go from there. I think though, when we start to look at something like the Everglades, right? How is the Everglades going to be used? The average buyer of an Everglades, are they going to take it and test that 36 inches of water fording, or is it, I mean, it's like every other Bronco, right? There's going to be Raptors that do some stuff in the desert, that rock crawl and actually get them dirty. There's going to be Raptors that sit in the garage, stay on the pavement. I am partially with my 21 Bronco. It hasn't been off-road yet, but the 22 has, and the 22 is going to get run quite a bit. It's been in the snow, which I don't like all the crud they spray on the road, but it's been in that. It's been to the beach twice. And I think we're going to be looking at an event here in the mountains coming up. And probably one of the drives, I think, Gavin, with the Supercell, we're planning on doing something there. So it would definitely be cool. Where do you want to go? Andrea, hey, thanks for joining us. Yeah, I was just mentioning you got your Bronco. That's awesome. I can't wait to see the pictures of whatever you've done, if anything yet, and what you're going to continue to do to it. It's going to be pretty cool. And we're going to have to meet up. I think we live right here in the area, so we're going to have to maybe the Lansdowne car shows or something like that. We can all head over there. So make it a Virginia Broncos thing, right? Yeah, so let's see here. What else we're going to talk about? So I don't know if everyone could get in that video when I was talking about, going up the sand, the hill stuff, but it was fun. And I think for me, what it's going to have to happen is the timing, when to hit what button, the camera, because we were actually going to a point of speed there that the camera dropped out. And so when I started going up that hill, I didn't think to hit the camera. I also I had my boost gauge on the instrument cluster. So the next time we'll have the pitch roll on there. Gavin was filming in the back seat, having a good time, right? Mm-hmm. It was interesting, when we got to the top, I think what happened was the bash plate under the fuel cell, maybe grab some of the sand a little bit, because that was a pretty steep on that apex of that hill. If you look at the wheelbase of the 4-door and you look at the angle of that, it was, to the point where you're going to lose that ground clearance. And I think the hop was really the front tires, because it felt like the front grabbed us and just pulled us right up. So that 4 high was interesting with the rear locker. It was definitely fun. And I had a blast. So you all right, man? I don't know. So I think Gavin's like ready to do the some more dinner stuff. So nibbling on that, right? That's another reason why we're trying to get Gavin for the entire show. But we are doing 1 hour live streams now. We're not going to go over that. Sometimes a few minutes less.
And I'm tired.
Yeah. You're tired.
I'm going to eat dinner, take a shower, and go to bed.
Yep.
Because I'm tired.
Wait. Hey, Jessica Dunn. Hey, I didn't see you in here. Hello. How are you doing? See, who else is in here? Didn't I say hi to? So Andrea, Adam, All Terrain, Tim, Kyle. Hey, Kyle, what's going on? Great. Yeah, you know what, Kyle? It got a little chilly here. Today? Yesterday wasn't bad. Oh, that's what I was saying earlier. The soccer field yesterday. What happened to that? You want me to tell it?
Yeah.
All right. So Gavin had a soccer game yesterday. It was great. No issues there. So my daughter has one over in Suffolk, which is, another city over, and it's like a 30-minute drive. So we go over there, and at the end of this gravel road, all the parking was full except for the very end. There was a little gap. So I go down there, and the reason why the gap was there is because it was a bunch of clay, and it was a bunch of clay there and water standing. And this clay is the kind of stuff that if you step on it, it sticks to your shoe like 3 or 4 inches thick. And when you bring your shoe up, there's dry dirt there. It's just nasty, right? There's nothing you want to clean off a vehicle. So I was able to park between that and a dirt mound. And, I was trying not to do, geez, hey, look at me stuff. But, I was able to pick the one last spot. So a person pulled up next to us in a dually, and they got stuck, right? And it's just, the tires were slipping. They couldn't go anywhere. And in front of us was a ditch that was dry, believe it or not. The water was standing up on the flat place, and the ditch had plenty of grass in it. And and then somebody parked behind us. So we were locked in. The guy stuck to the left of us. The guy behind us is stuck on the dirt mound. The only way out was through this ditch. So, I turned left and 2-wheel drive and right through the ditch and right up on the other side where someone had backed out of. And I was able to do this U-turn in there. And it felt so good to have a vehicle that didn't struggle. You didn't have to put it in 4-wheel drive. You just drove right through it, right? So that was our first practical, using your Bronco in the, I guess, doing whatever, just living stuff, right? So it was pretty interesting that if I was in my F-250, I wouldn't have parked there, first of all, because it was tight. That truck's long. And if I'd have parked one over, it wouldn't be stuck, but the dually was just 2-wheel drive, or rear-wheel drive, I should say.
The F-250 would be like,
yeah, that would get us out of there. But it was interesting. So Gavin was in the back seat, like, yeah, this is cool. Somebody giving Gavin a thumbs up, or the kids laughing or whatever. But so the Bronco has it has that cool factor to it. You can use it. I know people that go wheeling, heavy duty wheeling and all the time. This is nothing, but for us, it's new. And so we will find ourselves in those situations, I'm sure, in the future where we'll have a story to tell, and maybe some damage, to a bumper. Hopefully not. But I think we'll definitely do a video underneath, right, on the skid plates and stuff, and see when we bash it up and tear it all to pieces.
Bash plates.
Yep. See what we got going on in chat here. Let's see here. So what's going on in the comments? We got our sense. Sounds good. Thank you. Look forward to it. There you go. Oh, yeah. So look at here. Andrea said he put the 35-inch BFG KO2s on there. Yep. Rides a lot better. Yeah. And All Terrain said, getting back to the temperature there, it's 50s there. It was low 50s here today, but with the wind blowing off the ocean, it just makes it feel nasty. It's not really cold enough for a big coat, but not top down weather either. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what Dave was talking about. He wants some KO2s as well. And Dave, look, I'm going to hang in there, and when ours wears out, I think we're going to be switching over to KO2s. But right now, I think I'm going to stick with what we have. I will say that and I don't have anything to compare it to or against, but I will say that the tires did the territories. They did great in the sand. I mean, like I said, there again, I don't have something to compare it to, right? So I think Gavin's over here in deep thought. Let's see. Nathan Cross, 20 and snowing in Pittsburgh. Wow. Look at that, Gavin. Crazy.
Cool.
Yep. And let's see. Heard too many. Yeah. And Andrea was talking about the windshields there. So I did stop by one of the local glass shops here and asked them, would there be a nice option to do some, protected film or something like that, I think they call it Exo Shield or Exo Shield, something like that. Bless you, son. And they don't have anything. And so I was looking for something, but it's like PPF, it's helpful and then anything that is going to solve you from some of the nuisance stuff, but anything big enough is probably going to crack the windshield. I just try to avoid dump trucks won't say the word because it is, social media, but I would avoid it at all costs. Let's see what we got here. What's up, Gavin?
Allergies. Thank you, David.
4 high, 4 low. No real mods, no drivetrain or anything or suspension, anything. The only thing we've done, I mean, literally the only thing is we added the fold down table on the 21. We do have some stuff planned for the 22, and I would love, I would love to know what is everyone doing with the roof rails on the Badlands, because I mean, I know there's other brands out there, but when I went to the Ford website to use some of our pass points, they're still not available. At least this was 2 weeks ago. So is anyone, I mean, what's the best roof rails to use? Because I don't know. I haven't dived into that yet. And because what we want to start modding on our Bronco is going to need roof rails. So I'm still kind of confused by how the GVR, gross vehicle weight. What you got, bud? Okay, is there with the tire sword? You think? Oh yeah. Well, and that would, I mean, that would make sense. What do you, all terrain? Have you gotten any ideas for our 22 hardtop? What roof rail should we go with? I know there's a couple different brands. I'm assuming it's for ours. It's for the MIC, but I don't think they have to follow some of the same requirements. But Gobi roof racks. You want to look? Is that what you're looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because the mods that we're doing, we're going to be going up, right? We're going to start the camping thing, and this. What's that?
1,600, 1,700.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, not for all of that. Yeah, we'll have to. Well, I think we'll have to do a live stream on that. That'll be pretty cool. Sorry, I'm looking at another monitor over here. I'm not bringing that in yet. I like looking at websites before I just dump them in there. We're going to look into that then. So thanks for that, Dave, because a lot of the mods that we're going to be doing is just like accessorizing. We've had some people reach out to us to offer us to review their products, and who knows, maybe we'll take them up on some of that stuff there. So, but as far as the roof rails, kind of have to start there for a lot of what we want to do.
These look cool.
Yep. Oh, okay. I got you. And I'm sure we'll have to get into that later because that just already, thanks Dave for that. Because already I can see on this website, there's like 3 or 4 things that I want to buy. Probably get me in trouble with the wife there for showing me that. But yeah, so the modifications to our 22 Badlands will probably be more extensive than the 21. And, I like the storage in the back with the drawer, But when you do that, you lose some space. You lose some cargo space. You also lose the ability to put the doors back there. But Gavin and I have talked about it. I think we'll take the doors off and store them in the back for a video, but practicality with us, I don't think that we would take them off and put them in the back. And, if we do that, we're not going too far from home. We're not going to go, too far from home. So, if it starts to rain, we'll make it back. Hey, and you want to tell everyone about the marine grade vinyl and you tested it today? Or was it yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I spilled some water in the Bronco, green one, and
you clean right up.
Yes. So what happened was I was drinking water, but set it down just for a second so I could get something out of the back seat, and then we hit a bump and then it fell over.
Look at this here.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but it cleaned right up and evaporated. Look right here. It says Dave said he'll never put the doors back there. Yeah, he wants to do it. He wants to film it. I said, okay, let's do it for a video. But I just think, I don't know, taking them off and putting them in the bag and storing them in the garage is good enough for me. But putting them back, and I know that's why they're there. But that's why you have the ability.
They can go in the back. Right. So why don't you put them in the back?
Well, ask Dave.
I mean, if
he agrees with me or I agree with him or whatever, because I'm going to tell you, you're putting them in the back, you're strapping them down, and you're doing all that. And I'm not going to do that to drive it a couple miles away from the house because I don't think. Well, we could go to the Outer Banks that way, right? Mm-hmm. Because the weather, if there's no chance of rain, it's an hour and 45 minutes from here. Why not? We could do that, but. Any further than that, any chance of rain, I wouldn't do it because I just don't want to carry them with us. But the point of all of that was if we put that sliding drawer in the back, you're going to lose the ability to be able to do that.
Yeah. But isn't that removable?
That sliding drawer? Well, sure, if you unbolt it. The tie downs where the lassos are? Mm-hmm. So those unbolt, and that's where this attached to with bolts. Then you put the lassos back on top of that. And then there's a mat you can put on top of that because you do lose the cushion of the rear mat. Yeah. So I like the idea, when we took our recovery gear, which by the way, I'm super shocked that we didn't get a comment about the strap being twisted. I had a new strap with me in the 22. We unrolled everything when we were pulling this excursion out and, we got the rigging on there and had everybody standing away, and all of that. But the strap had a little twist in it. And I didn't realize that until I tightened up on it. So I know that's technically not the best thing to do, but it was in the sand, didn't see it, that type of stuff. But the recovery stuff and getting quick at it, and getting used to it and getting used to, when to hit the camera, the pitch roll gauge, that kind of stuff. That's not new. It's kind of new for us. Now, Gavin I think we're going to do just a Gavin video where he did all of his shots with the GoPro hanging out the window. It was actually pretty cool. So you were hanging it out of either side?
Yeah, mostly the right.
Poor kid's trying to do this, seat belted in, arm hanging out the window. But when you see the footage, it's like, dang, Gavin, I can't, I would have had the camera pointing the wrong way and you had it pointing right at the wheel, straight down the side. So good job. Good job. Yeah. And by the way, hit that thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Some of the weeks, we have a guest once in a while and we talk about some cool stuff. But other times, like this week, we're glad to be back, by the way, because last week we were trying to do this almost candlelight live stream in the back of a Bronco on the way back from the Outer Banks. It did not work well. We do need more lighting in the Bronco. Cup holders and lighting, I think, would be an upgrade for the next.
Why is there no cup holders in the back? There's only 2 cup holders in the entire car.
I don't know. But anyway.
There should be a travel package where it comes with 4 extra cup holders.
Well, actually, I kind of like the idea so you kids aren't drinking milkshake. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dad, what if the front 2 are filled with your unsweet iced tea? That is disgusting, in my opinion. because it's
hey, look, don't be hating on my iced tea, man.
I don't understand how he likes that.
I don't know. We got another one of those beep noise here. Did you say a trigger word? Nothing. Beep. Inside joke. Because kids do not need drinks in the Bronco. Tim, cheers with the water there.
No.
Yeah.
I need drink.
No, so
I need drink.
No, he doesn't need drink. Don't point, man. I'm rude. He's sorry about that.
Yeah.
Let's see, Andre. Leather seats have cup holders in the armrest. Good deal. So, and we got the marine gray. Well, I know why. So with marine gray vinyl, you don't need cup holders. Just spill it, and then you're good.
Yeah. Just pour it on the seat. Grab a straw and just go.
Yep, drink it right up. But let's see here. All Terrain. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. All Terrain gave us that super chat. And by the way, if you don't know, if you're just joining us, super chats really help with our channel. And we try to get all the gremlins out of everything, but we're reinvesting everything that this channel has coming in back into the channel, and really trying to. Where's the cat? The cat hasn't photobombed us yet, but the night's early, Dave. We have what do we have here? We only have like 10 more minutes. So if she's going to come up here, she better come strolling. But anyway, the super chats, super stickers, and all that, it really helps our channel, helps us to reinvest back into it. And my wife's like, look, you have the 2 Broncos now, like, hey, but we need, and we're trying to get all this stuff for Supercell. And yeah, anyway, super chats are great. We do appreciate it. And thank you, Dave, for that. Very awesome. And we do need that cat running around here, wherever she is. Let's see. What happened here? Site.
All
right.
That's what she sounds like.
Yeah. I don't think people want to hear you trying to meow, do they?
Yeah.
And to be 11 years old again, that whole 10 to 15 thing. But actually, the difference between a 10-year-old and a 15-year-old is night and day anyway. So just stay young, dude. All right, let's see. I didn't see I didn't see what Dave said. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Dave. I'm a little slow here. I just saw that we're trying to clarify about the cat. But anyway, so on the Bronco thing, though, I don't know. The first mod, I think Kyle asked earlier, that's the only mod we've done. And we talked about maybe the storage thing in the back. But I've worked on so many vehicles and hot rodded so many things. Like right now, I'm just content with it being a, remote start, get in it, drive it, predictable Bronco, both of them. And so I think, though, that maybe when the new wears off, I'll start. When it's time for tires, do we go with bigger tires? Do we do a body lift? I have no idea yet. Just right now, though, I'm comfortable with that. As far as the engine is concerned, the only thing that I would consider doing is a oil catch can. That would be one of the only things. I don't even want to tune it. Like, I just want to leave it alone. Just want to use good gas, good oil, change it regularly. And by the way, that's our other video. So we will be having our oil sample video coming out. I just need to film it, right? We have everything. We just need to film it. We have that. And don't worry, there won't be another hour-long video, but we do have sort of something that's going to matter as the Bronco gets a little older, gets more miles on it, is a pre-outing kind of inspection type thing. I was thinking about, wouldn't it be cool if there's a nail in the tire that you're still holding air, that you find it before you go, say, to the beach, right? Mm-hmm. And we're 20 miles up away from anything, and now we're having to change our tire on the beach, and I just don't want to do that. However, that day is going to come one day. If you wheel enough, you'll have a flat. I get it. But, checking the fluids, checking underneath, looking for any issues, that type of stuff. But right now, the Bronco is so new that really is sort of just an informational video that you would take that information and on whatever you're driving, your Jeep or whatever. So, hey, and by the way, do you want to mention the Jeep thing again there? Duane, I think you were keeping it coming. Yeah. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Dave, we were chatting. I had I had a long day at work. Let's just say that I had a long day at work. But yeah, it was great talk. We actually need to talk a little bit more and catch up on some stuff that because you educate us quite a bit here. Let's see, pre-trip vehicle inspection checklist. Yeah, there you go, Adam. Yeah, and like I said, with a new Bronco, it's the only thing I really did to the 22. I did the oil change, and some people would wait to do an oil change after they went out, but we weren't doing any heavy wheeling, and it was the mileage that I wanted to do it in, so I did that. But while I was under there, I just looked around and look at, all right, no nails really is what I'm concerned about. Did I run something over and get it stuck in the tire? And those are the type things that I would definitely do, just because, hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt anything. Even if you're going, like I said, if we're not driving off the asphalt a half a mile, I mean, some of these trips, when you look from, into 12 all the way up, I don't know how many miles it is. How many miles was it? Well, it was mile marker 23, but where does that start from? I don't know. I don't think we went 20 miles, but we were up the beach quite a bit. So it was definitely, what is that, bud? Yeah, you need Gavin's over here getting ready to do a $500 super chat to me that I'll have to pay for.
Nope.
Let's see, Andre. I know the manual. The manual says, Andrea, great comment, by the way. So I am, when you look at the manual, it does talk about it can use 87 or I guess 89 or 91 or 93, whatever you have in your area. I think in our area, it's typically 87, 89, and 93 octane. But, I'm like, for maximum performance, I'm using 93. And we get gas a lot at Kroger over here, which we've never, by the way, ever had an issue with their gas at all. But I did fill up with Shell. What was it? I forget the additives that Shell has in theirs. I filled up with there, and there was I couldn't really tell a difference yet, other than I think in a fuel mileage, maybe we'll do a mileage with the, 93 from one place and 93 from another place, and just kind of goof around. But there's so many variables there. There's tire pressure, there's wind, there's, you can get into some pretty technical stuff. I just want to see what the mileage is on it. And I think we have 2 Broncos, so we could do that. We could do we sort of need a standard test. So we don't want to use, because I'm curious to know, does the hard top get better or worse fuel mileage than the soft top? I mean, there's not a ton of difference, right, in weight. It's just, why not try it? And then also you have a different year, you have a different engine. I mean, it's the same 2.7, but I'm saying it, physically too. So how close will they be? So I think we'll use gas from one station and we'll do this. And then maybe a future video, we'll buy gas from another brand of fuel. And then we'll do that same test again, exactly the way we did it before, but with a different fuel. But, some people would comment, well, you got a balance for humidity and temperature. And, I think when you're doing MPG on a vehicle, it's not, I'm not looking to make it some scientific, where I'm rewriting a paper on it, right, and publishing it. I just want to know between the two, which one gets the better mileage. Who are you going to ride with when we go to Tennessee? We talked about that, by the way. Shifting gears.
To ride with.
How about both of us?
How?
So we have 3 people and 2 vehicles. So imagine that.
Half. I'm in the.
No.
I'm in one
How about
seat.
early with your mom? Keep her awake, and then later with me, because I'll have some at Starbucks going, and I'll.
Yeah. I'll ride with mom, and then when we get to like a station, truck stop, maybe to use the bathroom. Hey,
4 high, 4 low, and I'll go back through the comments in case I missed one. Sorry if I haven't gotten to your comment yet, but 4 high, 4 low. So we are planning on the 22, the green one. Well, that's the vehicle that's going to get more of that type stuff. And yes, we are planning on ditch lights. I was looking at the light bar, but then I hear, issues about maybe some noise with some of them. And I'm thinking, but where I'm going to start is the roof rails. And then the accessories that come with that, is there a lighting option there that I can use and, feel good about? So definitely we're going to add some more lighting on the outside. And the capable bumper that doesn't give you a lot of places to put lighting there. So it would definitely be by the A-pillars for the accessory ready area and for the ditch lights. And then we'll see if we want to add anything above that. I did see a Bronco with them. They had them on in a literally, I know, a mall parking lot. But what they were doing is they were facing the building, and I guess they were just looking at the coverage for the lights. I guess before they went off road, and it was, we were leaving a drive-through of a Chick-fil-A there, and I was watching them on this building, and they were actually, I don't know what kind of lights they had, but the ditch lights that they had, they were really lit up. I mean, it looked good. So, but yeah, we will be doing lighting upgrades. Yep. Well, not yet. We can't talk about that. Gavin's showing us they sent us something to ask, but we have to do our vetting first. But
after this, I'll show you the video.
Yeah. So the lighting issue, or I say issue, the lighting that we want to do to it, we're going to kind of figure out and grow into it. And look, I might not be going with the name brand that everyone seems to be putting on there. I do things a little bit different. I do things different, I guess. Let's see. So Christopher, the miles on both Broncos today, we were at 3,580 something, almost 3,600 on the 22.
It was like 2,000
and I'm at 3,300 on the 21. So you can see which one gets driven. The 21 we got the end of September.
Yep.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And the 22 we got the end of January. So incidentally, think about that. Let's see. Yeah, and and Dave, by the way, on the octane, 87, you're on the highway, you're cruising, you're not, towing, you're not wheeling, you're not doing you're probably definitely fine. I mean, they say the vehicle can run with that. The only thing that I've ever done is when you have an engine that can burn multiple octanes and the computer will adjust to it, I try to run as much of that other octane out before I mix it. So I really think, and maybe this is my lack of knowledge in the technology, but it seems to me that if it can adjust for 87 versus 93, but you have a half a tank, you kind of need to commit there. So I personally ran the 87 when we had it from the dealer almost. Well, we did. We put 2 tanks of 87 before we switched to 93. And I ran it down to like 3 miles to empty type stuff because it just worked out that way.
Remember?
And then I filled it up with 93.
Remember when we were going to Tennessee and then
dude, you're never gonna let me live that down, are you?
We were like not even a mile to empty, and we had to make it to this gas station off the highway.
Yeah. So Gavin was talking. So we were on Interstate 81, and we went from 60-degree weather to snow and winds and sleet and all that, and it was a cold front coming across the mountains. And I thought I was looking at my directions, and I don't know what happened, but I miscalculated fuel mileage, and we almost ran out. Gavin was just like, geez. And we're driving our Explorer, so it gets really good gas mileage.
Yeah.
But Gavin didn't like me cutting it that close, so we won't do that again.
I thought that we were going to have to glide it off the interstate, down the ramp, into that gas station. So,
Adam, you said you're looking for, less expensive, and I agree. Like I said, there's the typical brand, which are great brands. I'm not knocking them at all, but it's like I want to do something a little bit different and maybe bring some light, no pun intended, light to something that, maybe it's not.
That was definitely a pun intended.
It wasn't intended, but it was pun. It was
most
yeah.
Intended.
Let's see, 16.6 total miles for the trip. And, I would imagine too, when you're dealing with a big headwind, we were somewhere when we were headed back from the Outer Banks, the first trip, it was very windy that day. And you could see your boost gauge, going between nothing and I think 2 psi because of a wind gust that you're fighting. And I saw someone had a video online where it was really a big variation. So if you ever look at the boost gauge and you're driving, you get a big headwind, you'll see that, that go up because you're all that resistance. I mean, these Broncos are not the most aerodynamic vehicles on the planet, but they are fun as heck to drive, and I actually love ours. So, but it doesn't get old. We try to wave into just about every Jeep that we pass in an area, but
some wave, some
it's the love is not mutual. So I think we're just gonna. What we got?
We passed it.
Oh, we're over that. So look, everyone, I really, really appreciate you joining us tonight. Kind of off my game a little bit. We just got back and have a lot going on at work. We probably have, not really Bronco related, but we have a big week. So I'm going to, this week we're going to have 3 videos coming out, but we have a really big week. So I've been a little stressed out about that. Mm-hmm. But little man here keeps me company. We went out today. We went to Starbucks, went and saw some planes taking off. We never found out where the FedEx plane went, did we?
No, there was a FedEx plane going completely off track.
What? That's an Airbus, right?
Yeah, it was an Airbus. No, it was a 767.
It was?
That's what.
Are you sure?
That's what they fly most of the time.
Well, they have Airbuses too, don't they?
Yeah, but they fly 767 or 777 most of the time.
Well, so, a couple times a day, those planes land, and they are huge. I mean, loaded down, and you can tell they're loaded. But anyway, so we went and had fun. Gavin keeps me company doing that. And we got back here, and I was thankful to be back here in our little home studio to do this. And I do, like I said, if you're watching from, and I know we have a couple of people over here, if you're watching from Life is for the Living on Facebook, thank you for giving us this hour because it's a little bit different content. And definitely want to make sure that that we're keeping everything consistent. But, Life is for the Living. The one thing before we wrap this up, I'll realize that the Bronco, it's a cool break from the reality. And, there's no shortage of stuff that can stress you out. And I don't know about you, but when you get in the Bronco, drop the top. If it's a soft top, if it's a MIC, take the panels out and just go cruising. And something about it to me is therapeutic. Maybe I'm just like, off it or whatever, but it's just a really cool vehicle. It helps when you're a Ford fan anyway, but getting back into off-roading, that off-road stuff, going, fishing on the off the beaten path, just having that fun with little man here, and my daughters and my wife too. But Gavin and I think that the Bronco, are you looking that up? I think that the Bronco for Gavin and I is going to be super fun this summer, and we're looking forward to the first camping trip. And that's going to be fun. Do you want to do a live stream from that if we have cell service wherever we go? All right. Hey, everyone, we went an hour. We're trying to keep it to an hour each week, and we're doing a little experiment here on the algorithm. So I do appreciate you. Let me go back to the comments real quick. Andrea, thanks for checking in. Dave, All Terrain Nation, thank you. Have a great week. We'll definitely be watching you tomorrow night. 4 high, 4 low. We'll both. I'm sorry, I do want to get this comment. Will both the front doors fit in the back of the bay lens?
Yes.
Covered on it? Yes.
All 4.
All 4 will fit back there. There's a strap that comes with it. And the bags are actually labeled, which bag goes on which door and how they get stored in the back. So it's a tight fit, but definitely works there. Adam, thank you for tuning in. Kyle, thank you very much. Let's see. Had to go with KC lights. Couldn't turn down the free. Yeah. So look, there again, KC makes a great light. And, Rigid, all those companies, those are like fantastic brands. So no issue whatsoever. Good for you. Let's see. We answered the mileage. We did that. Tim, Andrea, let's see. Oh, Gavin, you commenting a lot there, man. I appreciate that. Overlanding for fun. Tim, thank you for tuning in. And like I said, we'll talk soon. Got some stuff on some ideas. And Dave, thanks again for that super chat. We do appreciate it. It definitely helps our channel grow. If you haven't already, even right now, hit the like button for me. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Turn on all notifications. You'll know we go live, drop a video, and we do all that cool stuff. And who knows what we'll be doing next. If I didn't get to your question, if I didn't, Joel, I'm sorry I did this. Joel, let's see. And zero, make a cool roof rack. Joel, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't see that comment earlier. I'm definitely going to check into that as well. And Nathan, ordered the roof racks, got a bill probably hang it. Yeah, I hear you. Nathan, I know a lot of people probably will, but on our 22, I think the accessories, we're going up with it for sure. And Adam. So everyone, thanks very much. I appreciate you. Each and every Sunday night at 8 p.m. we go live. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you, and we are out. See ya.